Hello everyone, it's Queen V. I'm back to you with another video. This video pertains to the unfortunate incident that occurred in Indianola, Mississippi, as it pertains to 11-year-old Aderrien Murry, who was unfortunately shot by an officer. Before I begin with the news of this unfortunate incident and my commentary, I would like to extend my continued support for the Murry family as you navigate this new chapter with not only the physical scars, but the emotional and psychological scars that this family and this child will have to endure, not only in the short term, but in the years and decades to come. According to reports, Nakala Murry, which is Aderrien's mother, was asleep at around 4 a.m. Saturday when she heard a knock on her window and she saw her daughter's father standing there. She stated in part, "I noticed he was kind of irate. I know the irate version of him and what it could lead to." So, Miss Murry gave the phone to her child, Aderrien, and informed him to not only call his grandmother, but also call 911. Aderrien called authorities first and then called his grandmother. 2 officers responded to the home in Indianola, about 100 miles northwest of Jackson. Nakala Murry also stated that officers yelled at her to open the front door. She further stated, "My child's father was still there. He was like, 'Don't open the door.' I was telling him that I'm going to open the door. He ran toward the back, and that's when officers started kicking on the door with their foot, like they were trying to break it down. I opened the door. When I opened it, officers' weapons were already drawn out. He was telling me to come out. I went out. I got out of the way. I walked out toward the end of my driveway where my mom was, and I heard a shot, and I saw my son run toward where we were. He fell bleeding. I put pressure on it to stop, to help stop the bleeding." While lying on the ground, Aderrien told his mom, "I don't want to die." She further stated that her child was unfortunately shot in the chest and has been released from the hospital. She further stated, "He's in pain, but overall he is doing well." The Mississippi Bureau of Investigation, which is investigating said officers responded to a domestic disturbance and a minor was significantly hurt from an officer-involved shooting. The results of the investigation will be shared with the Mississippi Attorney General's office. In addition, Aderrien Murry's attorney, Carlos Moore, informed ABC News, World News Tonight, that officers were told 3 times that there was no weapon at the home, once by Aderrien to 911's dispatcher, again by Aderrien's grandmother to 911's dispatcher, and by Nakala Murry when officers came to her front door. The Indianola officer who allegedly harmed Aderrien, Greg Capers, has been placed on administrative leave, in which the Mississippi Bureau of Investigation will determine whether criminal charges are warranted after the investigation. It has also been confirmed that Nakala Murry, the mother of Aderrien Murry, has filed a $5 million federal lawsuit against the city of Indianola, the chief of police, and the officer involved, Greg Capers, alleging gross negligence and reckless disregard. According to the lawsuit, it seeks damages for Aderrien's injuries, in addition to emotional distress, as well as punitive damages against the officer and the city. The family is also calling for the officer involved to be fired. Now you will watch this news clip and I will be back with my commentary.
We're hearing from the boy for the first time this morning. Our DeMarco Morgan sat down with him and joins us now with the story. Good morning, DeMarco.
Good morning to you. It's a good thing that he's alive to even talk about it. The boy wanted to tell me his side of the story, saying at one point he thought he was going to die, but he credits his faith this morning and his mom for saving his life. Did you think you were dying at the time?
I actually thought I was about to lose my life.
This morning, 11-year-old Aderrien Murry speaking exclusively to ABC News for the first time since being shot in the chest by a Mississippi police officer.
I never thought anything like this would happen. It's scary. It's emotional to even think about how I could have lost my son, because I was trying to get help. I just want to help.
Aderrien says an argument between Nakala and her ex-boyfriend woke him, and he called 911 after his mom instructed him to. Here's what he says happened when police arrived.
I came out doing this. When Greg shot me, I did this to my chest. It felt like a taser, like a big punch to the chest. That's what it feel like getting shot.
And do you remember where your mom was at that time? Did you collapse? Did you fall down?
Mm-hmm. She was outside. And then I ran to my mom. And then so I was bleeding from my mouth. And then I would just remember singing a song.
And what song were you singing?
No weapon formed against me shall prosper.
Aderrien was rushed to the hospital where doctors discovered the bullet collapsed his lung and cut his liver.
And do you think there's a slight chance that he may have mistaken?
No. No. He was too close. There's no way you could have mistaken him for a 6'2" man.
The family's lawyer says it's a clear example of excessive force.
With living in the South of Mississippi especially, sometimes you feel that you can trust the police a little more when they're your own color, your own race. But now this young boy would never trust law enforcement again. Black, white, yellow, red.
Now the family wants the officer fired.
I feel like he should be terminated. I don't hate him. I'm angry, but I'm not. I'm so much overfilled with joy at the fact that my son is alive that I don't have room for anger right now. I want justice to be served.
You wanted to be a police officer. Not anymore. Why?
Since I got shot, that's why I don't want to be a police officer no more.
But now you want to be a doctor. That's because they saved your life?
But not only them. As I said, it was God that saved my life. And I truly believe that.
While Aderrien Murry recovers from his injuries sustained after calling 911, we cannot look over the domestic disturbance element in this case. The reason why Aderrien called for help is his mother was in distress because his sibling's father came over to the house at 4 a.m. in the morning, and she understands that when he becomes irate, no one can calm him down. So I want persons to understand that this family has not only been traumatized by someone whom they know, but also traumatized by persons who swore to protect and serve. I don't want persons to gloss over the fact that domestic violence does have a significant effect not only on victims, but persons around them during the unfortunate incident. In addition, did authorities confirm the arrest of Murray's child's father for disturbing the Murrays as they were resting at 4 a.m.? Persons need to understand how dangerous this person is not only to Miss Murry, but also to her children. In addition, I would advise Miss Murry to get a restraining order against her child's father, because it's obvious her child's father and former partner does not understand boundaries as it pertains to the relationship being over. As it pertains to the gun violence of this case, Mississippi is ranked as the #1 state as it pertains to unalivings when guns are involved. Aderrien Murry could have lost his life over a split-second decision by an adult who swore to protect and serving his community. Time and time again, the adultification of Black children not only has a physical effect on our children, but it has an emotional and psychological effect on our children, not only within the short term, but in the years and decades to come, because persons within our society, mainly adults, are seeing our children as adults. An 11-year-old child is not an adult. And when persons within our society does not see our children as children, they are quick to disregard, disrespect, and unfortunately unalive our children without consideration and without hesitation, because they feel threatened. We are constantly seeing a current cycle of our children being taken away from us because adults do not see our children as children, and it is time for all of us to call out the biases when we see them in real time. I am not surprised by the recent developments by the Murry family by filing a lawsuit, because I think persons are quick to dismiss Black people's trauma when a lawsuit is being filed. The Murry family has every right to file this lawsuit because persons who swore to protect and serve violated this family when they needed them the most. Sending healing energy to Aderrien Murry and the Murry family during this period as you navigate into recovery and seeking justice. Protect Black children, known and unknown. Say their names: Aderrien Murry, justice for Aderrien Murry. And as always, please be safe out here, and I will see you in the next video.